He caught the thief, but catching it was only the beginning of the horror. The old farmer's field smelled of wet earth and crushed greens. It was a smell of ruin. For the third night in a row, the old man stood at the edge of his small plot, holding a lantern that cast long, trembling shadows against the trees. The radishes he had coaxed from the soil were uprooted, their white bodies bitten in half and discarded. The cucumbers were smashed. The labor of a season had been undone by the hunger of a single beast. From the darkness of the forest, a sound drifted out, a low, mocking chitter. It was a tanuki. Not just any raccoon dog, but a creature of malice that had plagued the couple for months. It didn't just steal. It broke things for the joy of hearing them snap. "I will catch you," the farmer whispered, his grip tightening on the lantern handle. "I swear it by the spirits of my ancestors, I will catch you." She showed mercy, and received horror in return. It took a week of sleepless nights, but the trap finally snapped. The farmer dragged the snarling beast into his home and tied it to the central post with thick hemp rope. "Tonight, we will have tanuki soup," he told his wife, a gentle woman whose back was bent from years of planting rice. He left for the fields, promising to return at sunset. But the tanuki was not just cruel, it was cunning. As the old woman pounded grain, the beast began to weep. Great, heavy tears rolled down its fur. "I am in such pain," it moaned. "The ropes are cutting my flesh. Please, grandmother, just loosen them a little. I will not run, I just want to die without this agony." The old woman's heart was too soft for her own good. She approached the post. The moment the knot loosened, the weeping stopped. The tanuki didn't just run, it struck. With a speed born of pure wickedness, it attacked the old woman, silencing her forever, and then, in a final act of desecration, took her shape. When the farmer returned, tired and hungry, the wife served him stew. He ate, grateful for her care. It was only when he put down his bowl that the tanuki dropped the disguise. It climbed to the rafters, laughing a sound that curdled the blood. "You ate your wife. You ate your wife." The old man fell to his knees as the beast fled into the night. His screams were not human, they were the sounds of a soul breaking. The rabbit's oath. The farmer sat in the ruins of his life, staring at the wall. He would have died there of grief if not for his friend, the rabbit. This was no ordinary forest creature, but a spirit of the mountain who had watched over the couple for years. The rabbit found the old man and heard the terrible tale. Its nose didn't twitch, its ears didn't swivel, it sat entirely still, filled with a cold, hard rage. "Do not weep, old friend," the rabbit said, its voice quiet. "Sorrow will not bring her back. But justice might bring you peace." "He is too fast," the farmer sobbed. "He is too strong. He is wicked," the rabbit corrected. "And wickedness makes a creature arrogant. I will not fight him with claws. I will fight him with his own nature." "What is that crackling?" "That is Kachi-Kachi Mountain." The rabbit found the tanuki deep in the forest, digesting its meal. It didn't attack. Instead, it bowed. "Greetings, brother tanuki. I see you are strong. I am gathering firewood for the coming winter. Would you help me? I know where the best kindling is." The tanuki, flattered and foolish, agreed. They gathered bundles of dry brush. "You are stronger," the rabbit said. "You should carry the heavy load." It strapped a massive bundle of dry twigs to the tanuki's back. As they walked down the mountain path, the rabbit fell behind. It struck a flint against a stone, click, spark. The dry leaves at the bottom of the tanuki's bundle caught fire. Kachi-Kachi. The sound of burning twigs crackled in the cold air. "What is that noise?" the tanuki asked, twitching its ears. "It is the mountain," the rabbit said calmly. "This is Kachi-Kachi Yama. The spirits here speak in clicks and snaps." "Ah," said the tanuki. "I did not know mountains could speak." It kept walking. The fire climbed higher. Salt in the wounds. The flames reached the tanuki's fur. It screamed, dropping the burning bundle and rolling in the dirt, but the damage was done. Its back was raw and blistered. It limped back to its den, moaning in pain. The rabbit appeared the next day, dressed as a doctor. It carried a pot of paste. "I heard of your accident," the rabbit said, wearing a mask of concern. "I have brought a special balm made from the sacred herbs of the valley. It stings, but it heals." "This is medicine," the rabbit lied, as the tanuki screamed. The tanuki, blind with pain, turned its back. "Please, apply it." The rabbit scooped out a handful of the paste, red pepper and mustard seed, and smeared it directly into the raw burns. The tanuki howled. The sound shook the pine needles from the trees. It burns worse than the fire." That is the medicine chasing out the heat, the rabbit said soothingly. You must endure it. The pain is proof that you are healing. For days, the tanuki lay in agony, nursing its hatred for the fire but its gratitude for the doctor. It never suspected. Its own cruelty had made it incapable of recognizing true justice. The mud boat. When the tanuki could finally walk again, the rabbit returned. You have had a hard time, it said. Let us celebrate your recovery. The moon is full. Let us go boating on the lake. The tanuki hesitated. I have no boat. I have made two, the rabbit said. One of wood, and one of clay. Since you are still recovering, you should take the clay boat. It is shaped more comfortably for your back. The tanuki, eager to prove its strength, returned, shoved the clay boat into the water. The rabbit launched the wooden one. They paddled out toward the center of the deep, dark lake. The moon reflected on the surface like a watching eye. Race me, shouted the rabbit. The tanuki paddled hard, but water began to seep through the clay. The mud grew soft. The sides of the boat began to slouch and dissolve. This is justice, the rabbit said, and watched it drown. My boat, the tanuki cried. It is melting. The rabbit stopped paddling. It sat in its sturdy wooden boat, watching. Yes, it said, it is sinking, just as the old woman sank into death. The tanuki froze. What? I am not your friend, the rabbit said, its voice echoing over the water. I am the punishment. For the vegetables you stole. For the grandmother you murdered. For the soup you made. The boat disintegrated. The tanuki thrashed in the cold water. Help me, it begged. I am drowning. Then drown, the rabbit said. It raised an oar and brought it down. Crack, on the tanuki's head, holding it under until the bubbles stopped rising. The rabbit paddled back to shore alone. It went to the farmer's house and sat by the old man's feet. It is done, the rabbit said. The debt is paid.